Hi everyone, welcome back. If this is the first time you're watching my video, thank you for stopping by. My name is Natalie. I hope that if you like what I share on this channel, you will like and subscribe. This will help the video to push out so more people can see it. So let's talk about this video. This video, I'll be talking about the partial solar eclipse happening in Scorpio. This video will be in two parts. First part will be the astrology, what the energy is like for this partial solar eclipse. And then the second part of this video, I'll be doing a 12 signs reading for each sign. All the timestamps are below, so feel free to watch any signs, but I will use a rising sign based format to do this video. So I'll be telling you which house is this eclipse happening in your chart as your rising sign. So I will suggest watch your rising sign first and then watch whatever signs you want: Sun, Moon, Rising, Jupiter, Venus, Mars. Okay, so let's begin. So this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening on October 25th, Hong Kong time, 6:49 p.m. or 25th morning, 6:49 a.m. Eastern time. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. This partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening with the sun and the moon both at 2 degrees of Scorpio. Yes, very, very early. We just entered Scorpio season a day ago on the 23rd. So in 2 days, we're having this partial solar eclipse energy. So the Scorpio season is just really, really amping up for us. And as this is happening, we want to see what the energy is like, right? So the first thing is that this partial solar eclipse, the sun and the moon is at 2 degrees of Scorpio, and Venus is right there, almost exact conjuncting the eclipse. So what does that mean? The eclipse is basically eclipsing Venus as well. When many astrologers talk about this as well, when we see that, it is a little bit worrisome because basically Venus is being eclipse covered and in shadow, right? So in astrology, the moon is at its fall in Scorpio. Venus is also at her detriment in Scorpio. That means they are not feeling the most comfortable in the sign of Scorpio because it is a little bit harder for them to let their energy out and show their energy. So the energy of these planets will feel a little bit more challenging, or it will just feel in a different way. And also with an eclipse, it even kind of diminishing their energy a little bit in my own opinion. And so when we talk about that, we want to pay attention to what happened, but I feel like this energy might show up for us more in a collective way. Venus talks about relationships. Yes, all relationships, romantic, friendship, all the one-on-one relationships that we have in our life. Venus also talks about our value, what brings us joy, what do we like, what do we think that is valuable to us, our value as well. And also money matters, finance and stock. So all these topics might come up during this eclipse for us. And eclipse energy is unpredictable, is unstable, because anything can happen, and the hand of fate are at play as well. So for some, really, because you also want to see how this eclipse is showing up for you, because some people might not feel a thing, might not feel impacted at all, but some people can really feel the energy, like this eclipse is really affecting them in certain areas of life or just in general as well. So not not saying that if you don't feel anything, there's something wrong, or if you feel a lot, there's something wrong. I just want to clarify that for us. If you feel like, oh, nothing happened, what are you talking about? That's great as well. And if anything happened, just know that yes, at that moment it might feel out of the blue, surprised, like, why is this happening for me? Why is this showing up? What's happening? But yes, Scorpio's energy is here to help us transform, implement changes that sometimes we are not ready, or we don't want to, or we know but we're just like feel like, oh no, I don't want to, just give me a little bit more time, so on and so forth. But when eclipse happens, especially in Scorpio sign, the universe is giving a helping hand to transform anything, any situation, any area of our life that ultimately is going to bring in growth, bring in changes for our better good, even though it doesn't feel like it at the moment. So this eclipse, as I mentioned earlier, is happening at 2 degrees in Scorpio, so very early on in Scorpio. So, and it's also the second Scorpio eclipse that we have throughout this year and a half. We'll have one more next year, 2023, in May. And this is a partial solar eclipse, so that means the eclipse is not happening super close to the south node of Scorpio. So what I feel when I look at this chart is something might come up. This eclipse might bring in awareness, messages that we need to know about what area, a particular area, or just in general, what need to be transformed, regenerate, what needs to be let go, change for ourselves in our life or as a collective. And we will be implementing, transforming, and in the process of doing that in the next few months until next May, when we have our lunar eclipse in Scorpio. That is when the node, when the eclipse is closer to the nodes, and that feels more like a complete process. So I feel like maybe this partial solar eclipse might bring in that awareness. Oh, there's an area of my life that I need change, I need to transform it, or parts of myself, or just in general, and I'm going to use the next few months to do so, to implement changes, to transform, to look within what I need, what I want to change. And this is you doing that next few months. And when we come back next year, when we go to next year, 2023, in May, when we have that lunar eclipse in Scorpio, that is the time when the south node is arriving at the same degree point of this partial solar eclipse. And that I feel like at that time you will feel like, I am complete, I am completing the transformation or the changes. You will feel more at ease and more like, oh, I did this, I feel good, even though when that happened it feel like, but now I know why that it happened. So I hope I'm making sense here. I hope you're understanding what I'm trying to express here right now. So every time when we have a lunation, full moon, new moon, eclipse, we want to see the ruler of this eclipse. Where is it? What is it doing? So the ruler of this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is Mars and Pluto, because Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio. I do want to it plays still a very big part of it, so I do want to mention it. And Pluto is the modern ruler, as Pluto is discovered later. So Mars is in Gemini right now and is slowing down, because guess what, in this same week, just in a couple days during this weekend, Mars is going to station retrograde. This is also a big energy shift, and that's why I say this week is very intense. If you follow me on Instagram, I just did daily energy message. Please check it out. It is definitely resonating. So Mars is slowing down. That means its power is also slowing down. It's not moving in its full speed because it's preparing to retrograde. So Mars right now is having a trine with Mercury in Libra, and also more of a loose trine with, because the orbit is a little bit bigger, a trine with Saturn in Aquarius. So this is actually a air grand trine because they're all air sign, so they're all trining each other, which is actually a beautiful energy. So I feel like this energy with Saturn in Aquarius, Mercury in Libra, and Mars in Gemini, during this eclipse, we might feel like Saturn is letting us know that what kind of structure we want to implement in our life, right? Regarding different parts of our life, work, relationship, family, so on and so forth, right? Our money. Saturn is stationing direct as well, so this is a good thing. This is letting us know what kind of structure we want in our life, in different parts of our life. And Mercury in Libra is all about communicating, right? Maybe the structure that you want require adjustment or communication with others. Maybe this is about you saying no to people. This is about you implement structure boundaries that you need for yourself, and you need to communicate that with other people in your life, other relationships in your life, right? And it doesn't mean that it has to be like bad or hard or whatever. It can be good conversation, so people understand your needs, your wants, your desire, and you're communicating that to them, so that you all can work together for the higher good, right? And we also have Mars and Gemini helping you to implement actions that you need in order to achieve that. So that, for some of us, you might feel that during this eclipse as well. And so we want to look at the modern ruler of Scorpio, Pluto. Pluto is direct in Capricorn right now. It was retrograding in station direct a few weeks ago, and it's in Capricorn right now. And during this eclipse, Mercury in Libra is having a square with Pluto. It will be exact in a day, so but we definitely feel that energy already. So that brings me back to what I just mentioned. Some of us, everyone feel this eclipse differently. Some of us, it might be some hard and tough conversations that you need to have with certain people in your life, because the chances are maybe this eclipse is bringing in awareness for you, and because this eclipse is happening with Venus right there as well. So all this Venusian theme, one of them is relationships, one of them is money matters, which can sometimes involve other people as well. So maybe this partial solar eclipse is bringing in awareness for you. Maybe perhaps, I'm just listing example, some of the relationships in your life are not working the way you want to as you continue to move forward in life. Perhaps it's a time to communicate with your partner. What works, what doesn't work. Maybe it is time for you to part ways, to align with someone that's more aligned with your energy. Or maybe this is something you guys can talk about to repair, to reconcile. Or maybe this is something that one of us need to change. If not, maybe it's better to part ways, right? Maybe this is some tough conversation. Or maybe this is about your money matters or values, right? Maybe this is the time to have that conversation with your financial advisor regarding to how you want to move forward with certain investment or money decision in your life, or you're doing that with yourself, right, or someone you trust. Maybe this is about your value has changed and shift, and sometimes this is about communicating with others. Maybe our values don't align anymore, and it's okay. And sometimes relationship might fall away or come back during eclipse because of the energy shifts. So whatever happens for you during this time, just know that even though it might feel surprising or blindsided even, or it just happened, and it might not be the easiest thing to face, to deal with, to overcome, but know that later on when you look back, you'll be able to connect the dots and know why certain things happen during the eclipse season. It is ultimately to bring in Scorpio again, and this is a south node. This is bringing in the transformation and changes that we need in order to move to the next level, next chapter of our life as well. Another thing that is happening during this eclipse is that the ruler Mars in Gemini is having a square in Neptune in Pisces. If you saw my previous videos, my weekly videos, I mentioned it briefly, because this energy is lingering throughout October and November. It's lingering for such a long time because Mars is slowing down, so this energy is just in the background throughout the whole month. So what does this energy mean? Again, energy has both light and shadow attribute, and I want to include both of them so that we can know, have a more well-rounded knowledge about them and how they can show up for all of us. So Mars square Neptune, yes, it can be a bit dreamy because Neptune in Pisces is our subconscious, right? Sometimes we might just know something, but we don't know the little pieces, the little details yet, but we see the bigger picture from behind, from the what's that called? The ego view, the bird's eye view, right? So this energy can feel on the light attribute can be you really having a lot of ideas coming out, fantasies, wanderlust. You might even have vivid dreams, message from dreams to let you know what you want and what you want to do, and so on and so forth, because Mars is about going forward and moving, right? But Mars is slowing down right now. And on the shadow side, this energy can be where we are being over idealizing some situation, ideas, certain people, or so on and so forth, that we might be overseeing some messages, details, or even red flags, right? And this can be us thinking too much, a little bit in the la la land, and neglect the little details that we have to focus. So beware, if you have that energy showing up for you, make sure that you take your time. It's eclipse season, so slow down a little bit, be gentle with yourself, take your time. You do not need to rush to make any decision at this time. You really want to think it through, give yourself some space and time before you make that decision, before you make that move, right? And a lot of astrology even advise that this period of time is not the best time to really like start or like really go head on and go jump in anything. Give yourself some time and space to really think it through, to make sure this is what you want to do. So overall, I actually do kind of like this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio, because one way I see it is that this eclipse is really going to bring in some intuitive messages, little nudges, or little signs and awareness for us. We just need to be we just need to pay attention and see how that shows up for us. Everyone will feel this eclipse differently, but this eclipse is definitely bringing in some awareness for us, maybe a particular area of our life, certain areas, or just in general. Or maybe for some this is regarding to all those Venusian themes, right? Because it's basically happening with eclipsing Venus there as well. So this is about maybe certain people, things, situation, or money matters, or our values that need to shift and transform and change in order to bring us to a better version of ourselves, the next chapter of our life as we continue to move forward. So see what happens for you. Be gentle with yourself and others. I would love to hear from you. Feel free to comment below. If you want to schedule a reading with me, a session with me, all my information are in the description box below as well. Hope this message helped, and I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse. Hi everyone, welcome to the second part of this video. I'll be doing a 12 signs reading, and I will be doing it based on your rising sign. So if you are watching your rising sign, I will let you know which house is this partial solar eclipse happening based on your rising sign. But feel free to watch your sun, moon, rising, Jupiter, Venus, and Mars sign if you want to get a more well-rounded message. So all the timestamps are below. Feel free to jump to whatever sign you want to watch, and I will meet you at your sign. Let's begin. Scorpios, you are the star of this partial solar eclipse. This eclipse is basically your new moon is happening in your sign. So if you are watching this as a Scorpio rising, this partial solar eclipse is happening in your first house, which is all about you. It's your appearance, your energy, the energy that you show up outwards in the world. So let's see, what is your message? Tarot card that came up for you is Four of Wands. So what I feel is this eclipse might bring in the awareness or remind you what makes you feel at home, right? What makes you feel like being your true self. And this is happening in your first house. This is all about you. So how do you want to show up for real, right? Maybe some of you feel like you have to wear a mask in certain situation when you're facing certain people, or maybe when you're working you wear a mask because of some reason you don't want to show your real self. You're scared of how people will judge you, how some people might think of you. You're scared that you might lose some people in your life if you show up as your real self, so you sacrifice that. But this eclipse is letting you know that stop. You are not being real and honest with yourself, and this is killing you in the inside, whether you know it or not. This is time for you to really dig deep and show the world the real you. What makes you feel at home? Show it to the world. And guess what? Not everyone is going to be your cup of tea, so you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea as well, and that is okay. Be you, be truly authentically you. The one who truly love you, love your energy, that is aligned with your energy, will stay in life, will come into your life, and those who don't will fall apart, fall away, and it's okay. This is to make space for people that truly align with your energy to come in for you. So yes, you might find yourself wanting to let go some people's situation, relationship, or they might just fall off, and it might be painful, it might be hard. You might feel like you're losing a piece of yourself, but it's okay, because guess what? New ones will come in. Those who truly matter, who truly loves you, will stay. So just be you. And your oracle card is Coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. What did I say, right? Trust that no matter what happened, what people, situation, things stay in your life or fall apart, is meant to be. I hope this message helped, and I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpios. Hello Sagittarius, how are you all doing? If you are watching this as a Sag rising, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your 12th house, which is about your subconscious, your dreams, sometimes your self-sabotaging behavior, your spiritual knowledge, growth, everything that you can't see, your intuition, right? So the card that came up for you, Magician. So what I feel is that this card is here to remind you that you are the magician, the master, the creator of your life. Trust yourself, trust your intuition. What is it telling you, showing you, letting you know? Trust yourself a little more. Sometimes we can be scared, we can be afraid of our own power, our magic, our intuition, our subconscious mind. What are they telling us? Because we do sometimes can have this imposter syndrome, right? And this card is here to remind you that be scared and do it anyway, because you are that powerful magician, right? You do have everything within you. Trust yourself. You are that spiritual teacher and learner, everything in one, right? You are a teacher, you are a student, you are a master, you are a magician. So trust yourself a little bit more, otherwise it might turn into a self-sabotaging behavior, right? And the oracle card that come up for you, wow, 55, a master number, snake spirit. And we always associate Scorpio with the snake because this is about transformation. It is about that kundalini transformational energy, shedding the skin, transforming, transmuting energy into that new version of yourself. Time to heal. Maybe this eclipse is bringing an awareness of certain parts, people, situation, self-sabotaging behavior that you are still needing to heal from. And it is okay, because you can do it. You are the magician, right? I hope this message helped. Feel free to comment below and share with me. And I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. Hello Capricorns, how are you all doing? If you are watching this as a Capricorn rising, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your 11th house, which is all about your friends, your communities, your groups. It's also about your dreams and goals. The card that came out for you, I love it, 3 of Wands. This is about you really knowing what you want as you move forward in life, right? And you can see it happening for you. You can see the big picture of what you want, and you are going for it, heading towards that direction. And this is beautiful. You know what you want, right? And I feel like this eclipse might bring in the awareness for you if you don't know that yet. And since this is also happening in your 11th house, which can be talking about community, friends, dreams, and goals, this is really resonating. And this is also about you knowing what friends, communities, people that truly support you, aspire you, that you want to align with as you move forward in life. And sometimes it might mean having new friends, meeting new people, meeting new communities, finding your own tribe. This might also mean saying goodbye to some old ones, and it's okay. Always remember that we are just making space for new friends, new tribes, new communities to come in. And the oracle card came out for you is Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Yes, exactly. This eclipse might bring in the awareness, letting you know how can you build towards the dream, the goals that you want for yourself, and how to head towards it. And it's also about finding the balance and harmony in between as well. This is what number 6 means. So I hope this message helped. Feel free to comment below, and I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. Hello Aquarius, how are you all doing? If you're watching this as a Aquarius rising, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your 10th house, which is about your career, your status, your reputation, your vocational power, and so on and so forth. So let's see, what is your message? The tarot card you have is Page of Water, Page of Cups. Okay, I feel like this message might only resonate with some Aquarius, and it's okay. But what I'm feeling and sensing here is this group of Aquarius I'm reading for, I feel like you are thinking about what is it that you truly love to do. Do you still love the job that you're doing? Or maybe perhaps you are not working yet. You are in between jobs, or you are finding a new job, or so on and so forth, or you are in the process of creating your own business. No matter where you are on your journey, it will be different for everybody. I feel like this card is asking you, do you love what you're doing right now? Or what is it that you love to do, right? If you're working, this is about if you still want to stay in your job, because I feel like you might be questioning that, and this eclipse might bring in this message, this awareness for you. I wonder, do I still love what I'm doing? Or maybe perhaps I want to start something else. I want to start another job, find another job, or create my own business. And if you are an entrepreneur in between jobs, and this is asking you, what is it that you truly want to do? Do you just find another job because you need money? Or do you want to find something that you truly enjoy doing, that you love to do, that will be also bring in the stability that you want? This is about you wanting to do something that makes you truly happy. And then we have Porcupine Spirit, time for a beginner mind. This is about coming back to the drawing board when I see this two cards come out. So this is really asking you, this eclipse is really asking you, bringing in that awareness. Do you enjoy the work that you're doing now, or about to start? If not, maybe this is time to think about it, right? And also 48 breaks down to 12, breaks down to 3. So this is all about expansion. This is all about more, right? Seeing the bigger picture. So this is about you coming back and asking yourself, do I love what I'm doing? Or is it time for a change? If I'm in between jobs, or if I want to start business, make sure you're doing something you truly want to do that you love. Hope this message helped. Feel free to comment below, and I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. Hello Pisces, how are you all doing? If you are watching this as a Pisces rising, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your 9th house, which is about long distance travel, higher education, philosophy, religion, spiritual learning. So the card that came out for you, Page of Wands. I feel like this is a little spark, right? This is something that you're passionate about, something that just brings a spark of joy. You might be feeling it already, or I feel like this eclipse might bring in the spark for you, this little spark of joy, of passion for you. I feel like this is about, there is something you want to do. For some Pisces, this is about you wanting to widen and broaden your knowledge, your learning. Maybe perhaps there's something you want to learn more about, deepen your knowledge about. You want to, or might not be deepening. Maybe you just want to learn it, right? This is the start of everything, but you're passionate about it, you're curious, you want to know about it. It brings you joy and passion, creativity as well. And this is about you letting that come to you, right? Answering the call and see what that comes up for you. Maybe for some, this is about you wanting to take a trip, right? To learn something, to widen your knowledge, right? Through traveling. So this can be what's happening for you during this eclipse. And we have for your oracle card, Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. And what I'm feeling here is that once you know what that spark of passion, creativity is for you, and once you answer the call, you will feel like the life is speeding up for you, right? Maybe perhaps I'm just listing an example. Perhaps there's something you have been learning or you want to learn, and once you get the ball rolling, maybe it will open up you to a new door, new opportunities, things you didn't know exist. Maybe this will lead you to a job opportunity, a travel opportunity. You might become a teacher of what you're learning, so on and so forth. This is what I'm strongly getting from the card. So I hope this message helped. Feel free to comment below, and I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. Hello Aries, how are you all doing? If you're watching this as an Aries rising, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your 8th house, the Scorpio house, which is about transformation, regeneration, letting go. This is also the house of secrets, sex, and intimacy. This is also about other people's resources or money or resources that you are sharing with other people. So the tarot card that came out for you, 3 of Wands. What I'm feeling is this eclipse might bring in awareness, messages, nudges, insight for you to have a better idea of what kind of future you want for yourself, right? This is seeing the path in front of you, seeing where you want to head towards and how to get there. This is you laying out your path, right? Carving your path and seeing it in front of you, right? This is about, I know what I want, I know where I want to head towards, for myself. And this might involve some kind of transformation, because again, it's all happening in the sign of Scorpio, the South Node, which is about transformation, regeneration, letting go, in order to move to the next version, next chapter of your life, right? So you know where you want to head towards, you know what kind of future you want, and the path of getting there might require you to overcome some obstacle or challenges, and that might involve letting go certain people, relationship situation, resources, because you are aligning with newer ones, right? Yes, not the easiest process, but this is ultimately to bring in the growth that you want for yourself. The Oracle card coming for you is, oh my god, Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. You can do it. 50, card 50 breaks down to 5, all about changes. So perhaps in the next few months, if you listen to my astrology part, this is all about you implementing all the changes that you need in order to get to where you want over the next few months. And by the time when we reach next year, May, when we have that lunar eclipse in Scorpio, I feel like you will feel better because you'll be there where you want to go or in the process of getting there. So hope this message helps, and I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. Hello Taurus, how are you all doing? If you're watching this as a Taurus rising, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your 7th house, which is all about partnership, romantic or business partnerships. So let's see, what is your message? The tarot card that came up for you is King of Wands. Very strong, fiery energy, and I love that. I feel like you know what you want, right? And I'm getting pretty extreme energy here. I feel like this eclipse is going to bring in a strong message for you. You might already know it deep inside, and maybe perhaps this eclipse is just bringing it out for you, or you don't know, and during this eclipse it might just come in for you, and suddenly you have that realization about business or romantic partnership, right? I feel like this, for a group of Taurus, this is about you going after what you want and getting it, right? Maybe perhaps this is you going after the relationship you want, popping the question, making it official, going after that person, revealing your feelings. I want you in my life. Can we be together, right? Or this is that business partnership, getting that job, getting that business, getting that deal, and making it happen, right? This is you going fully charged for it. And another why I say extreme is this can go both ways. Perhaps you already know that you are in a relationship partnership that is not working, and this is you loving yourself, doing what's best for you and the other person, and not just like sacrificing yourself or the other person, or just like keeping it down. You're letting it known, right? This eclipse might just make it happen, because eclipse is all about fated change sometimes, and sometimes this is not the easiest thing. And for you Taurus, it might be even harder, because we know you are the last to want to change. It is so hard for you, and sometimes you want to keep the peace, you want to just like keep it. But no, this eclipse is telling you and asking you and letting you know what is the best for you, right? So maybe for some Taurus, this is about saying no. I no longer want to hold on to it. This is not working. I don't want this anymore, and I need to let it go. It is time to let it go, right? And the oracle card that came out for you is Horse Spirit. Freedoms is yours. Wow. And card 33, this is about expansion, right? This is all about you embracing your freedom, what is best for you, whether this is about letting go or starting a relationship or partnership or business partnership. I hope this message helped, and I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. Hello Geminis, how are you all doing? If you're watching this as a Gemini rising, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your 6th house, which is about your work, your health, your daily rituals and routine. So the tarot card that came out for you, love it. Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay, so I feel like this eclipse might bring in a new opportunity or new passion for you, right? And this can be about your health or your work. Maybe you have a new idea, a work idea that you want do, that you want to implement. This might be an inspiration for you. This might be a new project idea that come up for you during this eclipse, and this is about you. Whoa, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to test it out, want to work with others or yourself. This is about you having that aha moment, your next big idea, right? But I do want to let you know, because the oracle card you have is Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait, and this is going so well and resonating with the astrology as well. Hear me out. I know you might have even ideas that you want to do regarding to your work or regarding to your health, regarding to your daily routine. There's something you want to do. There's an inspiration idea coming in, right? But remember, Mars is in your sign. Mars is in Gemini and is slowing down and is retrograding just in a few days. So this is all about having that green light but then going back to that yellow light, right? So this is about, great, love this idea that's coming in, love this inspiration project that's coming in. But this is going to ask you to take the next couple of months at least during Mars is retrograding in your sign, that you are not going to dive head in or just go impulsively within, because chances are you might need to rework it. This might take longer than you want to bring into fruition, and it is okay, because you do want to be careful, because Mars is retrograding. Things might not happen the way you want it. There might be hiccups, there might be miscommunication, there might be delays, and this is going to test your patience. I know. So take your time, make sure you think it through, take your time. This is going to need some time in order for you to bring it to fruition. But the universe is telling you, great idea. Just make sure you take it slow, work your way through it, think it through before you just like go head into it, right? So I hope this message helped, Geminis, and I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. Hello, Cancers, how are you all doing? If you're watching this as a Cancer rising, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your 5th house, which is about children. This is also about your passion, creativity, what you like to do for fun, and this is also about dating and romance. So let's see, what is your message? Your tarot card is Page of Wands, which is kind of like what I just said. Love that. So I feel like this eclipse might bring in that little spark of joy for you. Perhaps this is going to bring in a little message for you to bring in that passion back into your life, right? Maybe there is something that you always love to do for fun, something you're passionate about. Your creativity juice might come in during this time. Maybe perhaps you were working too much, you were working too hard, you were not taking enough time to play, and this eclipse is going to bring in that little spark of joy for you, like take a break, have some fun, relax, right? Give some time to your inner child, right? This is the 5th house is about your inner child as well. It's time to feed your inner child. Perhaps you're needing to have some fun if you have been overworking or like really busy with your work. This is a message to remind you to take some time, or maybe just to rest, right? And perhaps for some, this is about, maybe this eclipse might bring in a spark of romance, because after all, we're talking about dating and romance. And perhaps you might meet a person, right? Or this is about your creativity and passion. You might have a little idea coming in, creative project idea coming in. See what comes up for you, right? And then for the oracle card, you have Buffalo Spirit. The abundance universe will provide. This is about you trusting yourself. This is about you leaning to your creativity and passion and trusting your intuition. What is it telling you? What is coming up for you instead of avoiding it, right? I hope this message helped. Let me know what comes up. And I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. Hello Leos, how are you all doing? If you're watching this as a Leo rising, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your fourth house, which is about your home, what makes you feel safe and secure. This can also talk about your ancestry and your root. So your message, let's see. The tarot card that you have is 10 of Wands. So I'm getting a pretty specific message here with the oracle card come up like that as well. So I'll just tell you, the oracle card is Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. So we have 10 of Wands, reclaim your power. I feel like this message might only resonate with a small group of you, but it's very specific. I feel like this eclipse is going to bring in like a final call for you. There's something happening in life and in your life in a particular area, and this might have to do with your family or what makes you feel safe and secure. This is about you saying no more, that's it, I am done, I am reclaiming my power, I am getting back my power. That's it. I feel like this might be regarding to a family dynamic situation that's happening in your life. Maybe you are facing it, dealing with it for a period of time or for a while already. And I feel like this is you standing up for yourself, standing in your ground and letting your voice be known and claiming your power back. And this situation, this energy might not just play out in your family dynamics. This might be a work situation, you standing up for yourself, you putting your voice out and letting it be known, right? And this can also show up in relationships because this eclipse is happening with Venus being eclipsed. This might be about certain relationships in your life, romantic, family, I talked about that, or friendship or work. This might be you saying, no, this is not working, this is not for me, I'm done, I'm letting it go, I'm reclaiming my power back, right? This is about you standing up for yourself, and I love that for you, Leo. Go for it, right? So I hope this message helped, and I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. Hello Virgos, how are you all doing? If you're watching this as a Virgo rising, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your third house, which is about your siblings, your immediate environment. This is also about your communication, your presence on social media if you are if you have that, and this is about also your learning sometimes. So let's see, what is your message? Your tarot card, the Emperor. Strong, powerful card. I feel like this is about you really owning your voice, owning your presence, and letting it be known, right? I have this really strong specific message, so maybe only a few will resonate. The oracle card you have is Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide, and it's card 32, which breaks down to 5 changes. So I feel like you have been going through some changes in life that is letting you know that this is important for you to reclaim your power and show up in your true authentic self, and not afraid to speak up for yourself, to let your truth be known, and to show the world the real you, because this is happening in third house, your throat chakra, your communication, your presence on social media. So perhaps if you have a social media presence because of what you do for work, or if you're an influencer, you're an activist, or whatever this is about you owning yourself, owning your voice, letting it be known, right? This is me, this is my truth, and I'm letting it known. I am fearless, right? I love that for you. And this is also about you making the changes that you need in order for you to do that. Or maybe perhaps you have been going through that, and the spirit is letting you know that they are co-creating with you. You are loved and supported. Keep doing it, right? I hope this message helped, and I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. Hello Libras, how are you all doing? If you're watching this as a Libra rising, this partial solar eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your second house, which is about the relationship between you and money, how you view money. This is about your value, your self-value, and this can sometimes talk about your professional skills, the skills and knowledge you have to make money, to relate to money. And your message, your tarot card, wow, Judgment, the card of Scorpio. Big message for you, quite powerful and strong. And the oracle card that come up for you is Skunk Spirit, Know Your Worth, and they go hand in hand. So quite a specific message. I feel like this is about you really. I feel like this eclipse is really bringing in that I know my worth, and if you don't know, bye. And this can you standing up for yourself, knowing your worth, knowing your truth, and owning that, right? This is about the Judgment, right? Perhaps maybe some people, situation, things in your life that deem your worth, right? That deem your life, that make you feel like you are not worth of what you think, and it's not true. This is about you saying no. Maybe perhaps this is your boss, maybe a friend, a family member, your romantic partner, right? Not really showing up the way you want them to be, and this is about you claiming it back, like, no, this is not what I want. And it's okay to say no. This is about you making that judgment call, or you waking up to your true worth, right? And this is you letting it be known. And this is about you aligning with your worth, and so that whatever stays is what aligns with you. And whatever you're letting go or what falls apart, it's okay. Those people, situation, things no longer align with your worth, your truth, and it's okay. You're making space for what's better to come in. I love this message for you, standing strong in your power, right? So I hope this message helped, and I'm wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. So this is the end of the all 12 signs reading. I hope it helps, and feel free to give me a comment below. Let me know what you think, how it resonates, what comes up for you. I would love to hear from you and connect with you. And if you feel the need or want to schedule a reading with me, whether this is a tarot reading, this is astrology natal chart reading, or seeing wanting to do a astrology forecast for yourself, or if you want to schedule a Reiki energy healing session in this transition that you're going through, or an Akashic record reading, I am here for you. All my information in the description box below. Thank you for stopping by, and I am wishing you all a happy partial solar eclipse in Scorpio.